Considering the amount of competition in the music industry nowadays, touch on the importance of social media marketing for artists.
Really, what it is, the music game is 90% business and 10% talent. So
Jeez.
that's really what it is, and don't let it fool you. You put out your music and you just think somebody's going to come and listen to it. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen
Yeah.
until you develop that fan base. And if you're not social media marketing, you're not going to get there. It's just plain simple.
I'm tryna give me a bag. I'm tryna give me a bag. I'm tryna give me a bag. I'm tryna give me a
What's up? What's up? You are now listening to FYI FLI, the podcast, and I'm your host, Hassan Thomas, along with Remy, and we are here to share tools on how millennials can budget, save, invest, and understand student debt and credit to achieve financial freedom. If you're a high school student, college student, or someone who's interested in gaining more financial insight, this podcast is for you.
I'm tryna give me a bag. I'm tryna give me a bag. I'm tryna give me a bag. I'm tryna.
What's up, my FYI FLI folks out there? How y'all doing? I hope y'all doing all right. Welcome to the FYI FLI podcast. My name is CEO Sonny, a.k.a. the kid that did, and the man that can, baby. And I'm here with the Flyers co-host around, man, Remy G, a.k.a. Mr. Make a Play. We got a special guest here for Music Mondays, man. Who we talking to, Remy?
Man, today we have a very special guest. My brother, CEO of Jackson MultiMedia, social media guru, and East Tennessee's very own rapper and singer, Sleepovrnxtfriday. Man, how you doing today, Brody?
Man, what's good, fellas? Man, I'm just blessed to be here. I appreciate the opportunity. My boys, we're getting to it, and you know how we do, man.
Yes, sir, man. We love to hear it, man. Well, here at FYI FLI, bro, we really like to skip the fluff and get right into the good stuff, man. So our listeners want to know, what makes you and your music unique and different from the rest, Sleep?
Man, I really feel like I bring a new perspective, and when it comes to the music itself, there's a lot of rappers these days that kind of have the same cadence, they're on the same type beats, but I have a unique ear. I used to play piano and guitar, and I bring that same musical component into my music. So, when I'm thinking of my beats, I'm already harmonizing, melodizing, and, doing all that good stuff, just vibing on my beats. I really feel like the things that I'm talking about separate myself from the rest. My music isn't, necessarily always talking about the most positive stuff. I got certain topics that I cover, but I'm not just talking about, killing this, killing that, rob this, rob that, smoke this, smoke that. A lot of my stuff has substance, and a lot of the times I'm talking about, stuff that people can relate to, everyday folks, not just, this and that, hustler, gangbangers. It's really everyday stuff that, somebody that's going to work, working at 9 to 5 can just be like, you know what, I'm going to throw this sleepover next Friday on.
Relatability, bro. Relatability. Why do you feel like people, why do you feel like the music game is so saturated nowadays, like with the same type? Because you said, your music has substance. Why do you feel like, a lot of, music, and I agree with you, a lot of the music does sound the same. A lot of the music is talking about the same thing. So what's your thoughts on like the music nowadays?
Most definitely. I think that, it's a lot deeper. Of course, people that really study the game understand that they're going to push out what they want to push out. And, what they want to push isn't always a positive message. So really, they're pushing out the mainstream rappers that will put out this message to the youth that is, not necessarily not, the most positive, but that's what they want. That's what the big labels are doing. Of course, there's a few guys out there that will, sneak through the cracks and stuff like that. But for the most part, that's not what the labels want. The mass media wants negativity and, violence and this and that to be pushed. That's just my personal opinion. Like I said, we don't got to get that deep to it, but that's just what I think.
Man, we trying to get deep though, homie, because I really want to know like the balance between, okay, the big media, the big labels are pushing out this type of music, for the young folks coming up. Where's the balance between, okay, this is what they really want, or this is what they're really pushing, compared to, okay, this is my passion. I don't want to make, all that type of music. Like where's that balance? You know what I'm saying? For the young folks listening.
Well, I think they really need to really figure out who they are. So that's not to say if somebody is involved in that life and this is how they vent, it's through their music. That's not to say that they shouldn't put out what they put out, because I know there's a lot of people that really are doing that. But at the same time,
environment.
You know what I'm saying? That's what they're in. But at the same time, and I can, I'm a victim of that myself. Of course, I have followed trends and I've made music that isn't, like where I'm talking about stuff that I'm not necessarily all the way involved in. But sometimes you have to really take a look at yourself as an artist. And this is for the youth, upcoming artists. Really take a look at yourself in the mirror and say, is this who I am, and is this what I want to really put out? Because that's what people are going to take you as when they listen. They're not going to, he's trying to interpret something. That's not what they're hearing. They're just hearing exactly
Yeah.
what you're putting out, and that's how they're going to view you. So, be real with yourself.
Gotcha.
Yeah, for sure. It's crazy, though.
So, considering the amount of competition in the music industry nowadays, touch on the importance of social media marketing for artists. And I'm speaking for the artists, who may not be pushing their music like they need to.
Yeah, so
That's
I'll
a good
say
question.
this. Really what it is, the music game, they'll tell you this too, it's 90% business and 10% talent. So
Jeez.
that's really what it is, and they don't let it fool you, because I'm sure you can hear the most talented people still not in the position where they're supposed to be at. You gotta market your music on every single social media that you have. So if you got Facebook, you need to do Facebook ads. If you got you're putting your stuff out on YouTube, you need to do the YouTube ads. If you're on Instagram, the ads. If you're on TikTok, you need to just push, because the more people that get to see you, the more people that will just check out your product. Realistically, you put out your music and you just think somebody's going to come and listen to it. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen until you develop that fan base. And if you're not social media marketing, you're not going to get there. It's just plain simple. You know what I mean?
It makes sense.
And-
It makes sense.
Yeah.
And bro, even staying on that, that social media topic, bro. One day I was on Instagram and I saw T-Pain. He was talking about, he was looking for like new artists and upcoming artists to sign and things like that. And he said a lot of the artists that he was looking at didn't have a website, didn't have like email list and other, things to get people off of social media. So dive a little deeper on, as an upcoming artist or upcoming creative, how you must have some form of website or emailing list to establish credibility. Touch on that a little bit.
Most definitely. So the the email list is the lifeline of your business at the end of the day. So how are you supposed to reach out to your fans and so, okay, I got merch. How are they supposed to know about it if they're not at your shows? Boom, that's where your email list comes in. So you want to capture every fan off your landing page website. You know what I mean? You want to have maybe a page that's like, hey, this is where my merch is. Click here and be a part of the merch. You get the early discounts. You get this, you get that. Another thing that artists can do is have their website and they can say, hey, this is where my tickets are. You click on my website, you can get a discount on the tickets, stuff like that.
Yeah,
ticket sales.
Controlling all that.
Exactly. But you like you said, you have to have some sort of website, or like T-Pain said, you have to have a landing page. Because, you probably will impress somebody through your social media marketing, and you might capture somebody on Instagram or Facebook or Snap. But where do they go after they finally see you? If you have nowhere to go, they're just going to see you one time, and then they're going to scroll to the next rapper that does have a landing page, and that's who they're going to listen to. That's who they're going to follow. That's who shows they're going to see.
Makes sense. That interaction, being able to interact off social media and build that other connection, through the email list, through, having that website and that landing page. So that's huge, bro.
Yes, it is. Most definitely.
So, Brody, besides your streams, doing shows and things of that nature, what are some other ways that you and other independent artists make money?
Yo, are you ready to hit your next level? Do you want to increase your drive, destiny, and dollars? Well, if so, check out my new book, From College to COVID, 24 Lessons Learned During the Lockdown, where I've compiled 5 of the biggest lessons I learned going from college to COVID to starting my financial literacy empire, FYI FLI, plus 19 lessons from your favorite entrepreneurs, entertainers, and athletes that have been featured on our show. There's literally something for everyone. So purchase your copy today at FYIFly.com/From College to COVID. Let's go.
Yeah, so there's a few different ways besides the streams. The merch is a really good opportunity, and I really think that the merch is sometimes downplayed because it's just like, oh, I'm selling merch, whatever. But let's say you flip that merch. Just think of it like quick profit. Let's say you buy the merch. You buy, a $5 shirt. This is not saying it's the best quality, but you got something that they can, capture and look at. You get a $5 shirt, you sell it for $20. You already, made stupid profit off just one shirt. Let's say you get 10 shirts.
Makes sense.
And you flip those 10 shirts at your show. Okay, boom. Now you're making that. So, that's a little quick hustle. I think
it's a legal trap, huh?
If you know how to do it, you do it. And then I think another way is through partnerships and, brand sponsorships. So, if you're out there and you're on stage and you have a little following, you can maybe get with a business who might want to, sponsor you or something. So, hey, Mr. Company, I'll do this for this many shows. I'll have your product on my back, or I'll show them off this for 5-6 shows if you give me this amount of money. You know, that's an easy little way you can, you know, develop a brand partnership, stuff like that too. And I
Mm-hmm.
really think that on social media, if you get a good following through your social media, marketing and stuff like that, you can even do social media proposals with companies, and you can ask them to promote their product or something on your social media. And if you have a good following, you know, 50,000 people, consistently you're getting maybe 50,000 so views, you know, every couple of weeks. You know, people might want to invest in you and be like, okay, this guy's getting a good viewing. I want to, you know, invest in that, and maybe they'll give you some money off just promoting the product.
Bro, you dropping gems, boy.
Yeah. Hey, know about
You
that.
dropping gems, my boy.
Yeah, I'm
and,
telling you, you gotta
and I,
hustle.
man, and what's crazy, bro, a lot of the things that you're saying, you know, revolves and even, you know, is represented in the business aspect as well. You know, so bro, touch on or even elaborate on how, you know, how business and, you know, the music industry relate or even go hand in hand, you know, at this point, you know, elaborate on that a little bit more.
Yeah, really, if there was no business, there would be no music. So at the end of the day, I think, I don't know the exact numbers. I don't want to say it wrong, but I almost want to say the amount of money that was made off of music streams was like in the billions. I don't quote me on that. Or the music business either generated, you know, high millions, closer to billions, you know, last year
For
alone.
sure.
You know what I'm saying? So
I believe it.
if that right there alone, you're hearing all those numbers across the industry. Where is that money going? It's going to those artists that are doing the things that we're talking about, but they're doing it on the highest level. You know, they are getting those big deals. You know, I think Meg
Yeah.
Thee Stallion, for example, she got a deal with Nike, got stupid checks. You know, like so these people are doing. It is business the same way. You know, entertainment, you know, athletics. It's the same. It's all a business. You know, yes, you have to have
Yeah.
talent, but you know, without the business, there would be. I mean, it is a business. It is
Facts.
too. You know, it's not one or the other, and that's the artists that are upcoming really don't understand that, and that's something that right out the gate I had to understand. That's why I'm thankful for getting that education and going to college, because I think I do have an upper hand on as opposed to artists that might just be just doesn't have that knowledge. It's really, I mean, you have to take classes, you have to do all types of stuff, because on the back end,
100%.
there's a thing called sound exchange, and that's where you get your royalties. You know, people don't even think about the mechanical royalties that you get from just signing your music up with, ASCAP or BMI, just these different music publishing companies. Everything is a business, man. It's just so much to it that you just gotta like dive in. You know what I mean?
For sure, for sure. So we got one more question before we let you go, CEO Sleep.
Yeah.
Because this is FYI FLI, man, a show about financial literacy, which is simply understanding not only how to budget your money, but being able to save and grow your money effectively and efficiently. And our true goal is to really bridge the gap between entertainment and education. So we wanted to ask you, bro, give us one positive money habit and one negative money habit that you do that we could cut off. Yeah,
Man,
Talk to
one positive habit I will say, right now I have a house, so I like to,
Congrats.
and I appreciate it, but I want to tell these young people to, get a house early, then you can either flip it in the long run or build equity off of it. So real estate, dive into real estate.
Yeah.
That's my one positive habit. Then I say my bad habit is I cannot stop going out to eat to save my life, and it is killing me.
Hey, the big thing is, bro, at least you know what I'm saying? At least you got some awareness around that.
I love good food, but yeah, those are my two right there.
Okay, I love that, bro. So to touch back on the positive habit, that real estate, bro, I think what's major there is, first doing your education, educating yourself on real estate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of different things that can and will go wrong in real estate. It's a very long process not a very, very long process, but it's a process, to get a home, some steps you got to follow, different requirements and different things like that. But educate yourself on real estate. And also know that there's different ways to get into real estate. And one play that I really like to tell people is called REITs. And what REITs is a real estate investment trust. And basically what that is, that's like investing into a group of real estate properties. compared to investing into, one property or fixing and flipping, wholesaling, getting a loan and, buying a house and, selling it for more, letting it appreciate. So that is the easiest way to get into real estate. It's called REITs, REITs. And basically, when you think about it, it's a group of real estate properties, commercial and residential. So you don't have to go out there, do the physical manual labor, do all those other different things. You can put your investment, set it up automatically. So now you eating while you out there making money, while we out there grinding, and while we out there, doing shows and doing things like that. Our money's still making money for us. So that's one thing that I definitely wanted to touch on, and congratulate you with that positive habit. And then as far as that negative money habit, I think, what do you think like could be a way for you to, possibly, cut down? I wouldn't, cause nobody, and one thing is, bro, like when people look at like their negative money habits and they're talking to like a financial expert, a financial guru or whatever, and that person be like, just stop. You know what I'm saying? Just stop. Just cut it out. Like you can't tell people that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody's spending exactly, bro. Like if somebody's spending, $400 a month on eating out, help them get down to $350, $300. You know what I'm saying? And then show them, okay, that $100 that you're not spending, let's put that in 50 in savings and 50 in investing. You know what I'm saying? Like show them, where that money can go and how useful that money can be by just cutting back a little bit at a time instead of telling somebody, oh, you spending 400, only spend 100. Like, you know how hard that is?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think, if that's something that you could work on is, chipping back a little bit, like realizing, okay, this month I spent $450. Last month, the month before that, I spent, $550. Average up those two months, and then try to stay below, that mark, and keep trying to stay below that mark and decrease that mark, and then start adding money to other assets that is going to bring you in more money while you're out there making money.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, for sure. That's going to be something I have to think about and really, work on my budgeting. But that is a really good way to do it. So it's not
for
cold
sure,
turkey.
Bro. That's facts. That's facts. But we always want to leave people with, action items and, different things that they can implement in their life. You don't want to tell somebody, hey, you spend $400 on food, spend $0. You know what I'm saying? Like those small incremental changes will lead to big habits and big results over time. So that's why I think, could definitely be great for you, bro. But we definitely appreciate you joining the FYI FLI podcast, man. If you got any final words for the folks listening, man, let us know where we can find you. Let us know where we can reach you and drop a final gem for us, G.
Man, look, y'all catch these boys on all streaming services. If you need some good financial advice, these boys know what they're talking about. They're educated and they know what they're doing. I'm your boy Sleepovrnxtfriday. You can catch me on everything. Sleepovrnxt Friday, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Spinrilla. I'm on everything. Got something dropping. Actually, this weekend, Tennessee Living music video dropping on Friday. We got a hit, you know what I'm saying? And really just a gem is just stay consistent and don't stop. All the youth out there, we really want to inspire y'all. That's why this show's even happening, and I watched it happen. These boys know what they're talking about. Just listen, take the advice, apply it, and do the best that you can with it.
Most definitely, bro. We really appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for joining the show, dog.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you, guys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And for all my folks listening, tap back in with us for next week for a new Music Monday. Check us out this Friday for FinLit Friday. And Remy G, we need everybody to stay safe,
Stay invested,
and stay fly, baby.
Thank you all for listening to FYI FLI, the podcast, and we hope you enjoyed the show. Tune in next week for more financial literacy insights with our special guests. Please visit our website, social media platforms, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at FYI FLI Podcast. That's FYI FLI Podcast. See y'all next week and stay fly.